Yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about something, man, you know, as we approach Turkey Day. Something for y'all to think about, man. Those of y'all who still caught up in these holidays. I want to talk about the buffalo, man. I know a lot of y'all don't care about this type of shit, and I don't give a fuck what you care about. I'm gonna talk about it anyway, because this shit says a lot about people. Shit says a lot about us right here, family. And I'm including all of us, even though I might seem like I'm singling in on a certain group of people. It's just facts. Whatever it is, man, I'm stating what happened. You can take offense to that shit if you want to. Prove it wrong. That's what you do. If I'm saying something incorrect, then by all means, correct me. Because we get into these race issues a lot. And I've been in several debates, arguments with crackers online ever since I got on YouTube, right? And one thing I noticed, 9 times out of 10, when you get into them discussions, it's going to eventually turn into this tit for tat bullshit. Now, of course, we know all of that shit is bullshit. All them reverse racism games, all they trying to shift the blame to other people. It's bullshit, but I don't even want to talk about that type of shit no more. Just because it can be avoided by dealing with the motherfucking buffalo. That's what I want to talk about, because you might be able to find some kind of sick, demented reason why you had to oppress or rape, rob, and pillage another people. You know, you might find some kind of way to justify that because we people, right? And you can say people do this and people do that and people did this and people did that and Native Americans did this and Africans did that. And we ain't no better than the next motherfucker. We all just as bad. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? Fine. I'll fucking let you have that. Now explain to me what the fuck the buffalo did to you. And I'm serious about this shit. Like, I don't want y'all to think I'm being motherfucking petty or trite or like this is something, like I'm joking or at all. Like, when I first found out about this shit, like I literally had to hold back tears. I don't get teary-eyed often, you know what I'm saying? And that shit fucked me up when I really realized what the fuck these, I don't even want to call them people. You don't deserve to be called people for what you did, man. You slaughtered, massacred a whole species, damn near, just because you didn't like these motherfucking people. Just because you wanted what they had. That shit is deep and that shit is sick as fuck, man. Like, we really gotta realize that shit. Like, what did they do to you? What did they have to do with that shit? They didn't have nothing to do with us, and I'm saying us as Native Americans or indigenous people. Because even if you don't accept that some of us blacks or niggas are Native Americans, just know that they would have done the exact same shit in Africa if the buffaloes were in Africa and they wanted the land in Africa. You know they would have did the same shit. No problem. So don't be so foolish to separate yourself from that and say, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me because you think you so African. And they didn't have no problem with it, man. But them motherfuckers didn't care about none of this bullshit. They didn't care about the wars. They didn't give a fuck about the Native Americans surviving off of them. That's not what they were there for, to be a source of food for them. They weren't there for them, and they were not there for the Europeans to exploit to their advantage. They didn't have nothing to do with that shit. Period. Innocent fucking beings. Millions of them, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to realize the scale of this shit. Like, they killed more buffaloes than Hitler killed Jews. And see, this is a problem we have with this disconnect with animals. We really don't give a fuck about all life. I ain't on that shit. I don't see no difference between one Holocaust or another. This is a fucking buffalo Holocaust. Genocide. For what? Because they wanted that shit. That's it. Millions, man. Like I said, you really need to picture the scale of the massacre to really get it through your head, like to understand what occurred, man. To understand what type of people we dealing with every day. We don't even know how many buffaloes there were. They estimate you'll hear numbers between 30 and 60 million. They say it would take days, a week, for one herd to pass by you. It's unimaginable. We can't even fathom that type of shit. I ain't never seen a buffalo in real life. And there's no way that I would have been able to live where I'm living right now and not have been exposed to them. But they gone completely. I mean, just about. I'm sure there's more now than it was after all that shit happened. But I'm just saying, like, and I really can't even accept that there was 60 million. Like, that's unbelievable to me because I just can't believe that they killed that many. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't believe people would do. That's what I'm saying. People wouldn't do that. That's why I said you can't call them people. People would not do that. And we really need to look at how we look at animals. We got to think about that shit. I think it's very important when we hear people talk about slavery and they say, oh, well, the reason they were able to do that to us is because they looked at us as less than human. We weren't humans to them. But I don't want us to take away from that the problem was they looked at us as we were less than human. The problem is how they look at things that are not human. Because it wouldn't matter if you respected all life. If you treated everything like you treat yourself, then we would never even have to make that distinction. So that's the problem. The way you look at animals is the problem. What you consider an animal is the problem. You don't even understand what the fuck these simple words mean. Animal, animated, anything that's moving is an animal. If you animate it, you're an animal. I mean, that's the root. This is by definition. So y'all want to get into all that spooky philosophical bullshit if you want to. I'm just saying, man. There's something seriously wrong with that picture. When you can just stack up bodies and bodies and bodies of another animal, another being like you, and have no problem with that shit, no remorse. And even y'all today, that's what I'm talking about, man. I don't hear y'all talking about it today. I don't hear any sense of remorse today. All I hear is this, get over it. It was the past. Everybody's not like that. Bullshit. You are like that. Actions speak louder than words, and I don't see y'all doing shit. The overwhelming majority of you all still feel like you did us a favor. Stop fucking lying to yourself and pretending like y'all have changed so much. That's bullshit. Ain't shit gonna change until you accept that type of shit. You need to take responsibility for that. Just wrap your mind around it. There might have been 60 million fucking buffalo here, and your people Your ancestors killed them only because they didn't like the people who were here. To cut off their food supply, to fuck with them. You slaughtered millions of helpless, innocent beings. What I'm supposed to do? Get over it? It's fucking Thanksgiving right now. Y'all want me to be merry and celebrate and drink and eat bullshit and forget what you did here. I'm right here in the place where you sent the motherfucking Cherokees packing. I live here. I feel that shit, man. Never forget, family. Never forget who you dealing with here. Until you see some action out of them people, whoever you considering to be a good white person, if they are not actively doing something to rectify the situation, then they are full of shit. Either they part of the problem or they part of the solution, period. I don't accept nothing else. I don't accept nothing else but sacrifice. That's all you can do. You're going to sacrifice something. Or you full of shit. Somebody got to pay though. Whether you do anything or not, it don't really matter. Somebody's got to pay. Y'all know this. I've heard your own people say this. It's just not possible. You just not going, how the fuck do you think you can just do that, man? And not face any consequences and just fucking build your malls and your Starbucks and go on about your lives. It's amazing. But I welcome any one of you to try to defend that shit. Tell me what the buffalo did to you. Better yet, you give me one example in history, in your story, our story, any fucking story you choose, where any indigenous people ever fucking slaughtered their food source or another person's food source for that person's land. Give me an example. That was my reason of bringing all that shit up. Since y'all like to play them tit for tat games. And what Africans did, and what Native Americans did, and what Indians did, and we all did something. Hey man, nobody's innocent here. The buffalo was motherfucking innocent. They were innocent. And then, you know, the saddest part about it is that I know it's people still listening to this like, why the fuck are you going on and on about a fucking animal, man? It's just a fucking buffalo, man. Well, you just fucking people then. So if I don't shed a fucking tear over the fucking Holocaust, then don't be surprised. Because I don't feel any different about people than I do about animals. So-called animals. I don't care any less about buffalo than I do about human beings. I don't. Give me fucking one reason why I should. That's the fucking point. Show me a time when some buffaloes slaughtered a fucking million people. Then we can talk about why I should fucking love people more than animals. And like I said, then there's a certain group of people who have given me no reason to want them to exist, period. Much less love or respect you, give a fuck about you. Give me a reason why your existence, show me one piece of evidence of how your existence has benefited anybody, anywhere. You never contributed nothing of merit to society, period. You've been a disease, a fucking plague on the planet Earth. And that's it. And that's, I don't know how else to say it. I'm that upset. Yes, I'm that pissed about what you did to the buffalo. I wish you were dead and the buffalo was still here. That's what the fuck I want. That's how I feel. And if that's wrong or you think that's racist, explain to me what you've done that's better than what a buffalo did. Please, just one thing. A superior race of people was surviving off that buffalo, and now they gone because of the buffalo. It's what you did to the buffalo. So that's one thing that the buffalo got up on you already. They were sustaining a superior race of people. Superior to you in every way. Because of your jealousy, your envy, your greed. You destroyed them. But can't we all just get along? I don't know, ask the motherfucking buffalo. That shit's crazy. Like, seriously, man, I hope y'all feeling me on that shit. And if you ain't seen the pictures, hopefully you seen them now, because I'm gonna try my best to find some of those images and put them on the screen while this video is going, so you can't say you didn't know. You can't say you were unaware. So explain it to me. What type of person would do that? I say no type of person at all. Louis C.K. said y'all ain't not from this fucking planet. You cannot be. I agree with your brethren. Nothing from here would do that to other things that live here. Especially not for the reasons that you did it. God damn. I would have a problem if you killed millions of buffalo if they were a threat. Let's just say you set up shop in America and buffalo started ramming into your houses and knocking down your houses. Well, first I'd be like, fuck, y'all moved into the buffalo's land, first of all. But that wasn't even the case. They didn't give a fuck about you. And you massacred them and left them there to rot by the thousands, by the millions. As an example, for the Native Americans, just to show them we don't give a fuck. They couldn't believe that they would just take the hide, take the skin off the buffalo. You're gonna leave the meat, what we need to live, to rot, and you just take the skin and go make your fucking coats and couches or whatever the fuck they was making with that shit.
Who would do such a thing? The field was proof enough that it was a people without value and without soul, with no regard for Sioux rights. The wagon tracks leading away left little doubt, and my heart sank as I knew it could only be white hunters. Voices that had been joyous all morning were now as silent as the dead buffalo left to rot in this valley, killed only for their tongues and the price of their hides.
You try to wrap your brain around that, clear people. That's what you need to be doing. You spend this Thanksgiving while you eat your turkey with them images of those millions of carcasses in your brain. You need to see that every time you close your eyes. And you need to try to figure out what can you do to purge that shit from yourself. Because if you haven't dealt with that type of shit, it's still in you. As long as you keep trying to deny it and act like everything's cool, we got a black president. Look at Oprah Winfrey. You know, all these dumbass examples y'all like to throw up. As long as you think everything's changed and everything's cool, and we're all one, light bodies, indigo children, you fooling yourself. You haven't dealt with the core issues inside of yourself. You have not exercised that beast within. You still have the capacity to do exactly what your ancestors did. It's still in there inside you, just laying dormant until you need to use it again. You just don't have a reason to do that type of shit right now. You do it again if you had to, or if you felt like you had to. But you damn sure did not have to do that. Did what the fuck you wanted to do to get what you wanted. It's not very different from how many of you business people are today. You corporate motherfuckers are the same, got the same mentality. So, hey. I guess I've gone on enough about that. That was my message, though. Brown people, never forget who your neighbors are, who you live with now, and what they did, and what they will do to get what they want. And clear niggas, never forget what your ancestors did, and that capacity still lives within you. That fucking fuel, that fire that fueled them can easily be ignited in you under the right fucking circumstances. Remember the buffalo. Be healthy. Peace.